is taking over factories, and humans aren't even needed anymore. Welcome to the future of cognitive manufacturing, where robots make decisions and collaborate without any brakes or light. Either you adapt, or your industry leaves you behind. Forget the factory floor manufacturing is being hijacked by AI-powered machines that don't need brakes, light, or even people. These robots don't just follow commands, they make decisions, dodge errors, and collaborate with humans when they're not replacing them entirely. Per Reuters, some factories now run in total darkness because humans aren't needed. Amazon already has 750,000 robotic workers on the job. Like a scene from a dystopian sci-fi movie, welcome to the era of cognitive manufacturing. Is a human-free factory a dream or a nightmare? In Bengaluru, developers are getting a 30% productivity boost thanks to AI tools that handle the dull parts of coding for them. These AI agents can write code, explain logic, generate reports, and even manage access permissions while coders grab a coffee. The Times of India reports senior engineers say freshers are surviving their first jobs because the AI writes code that actually runs. But don't get too cocky, real coding skills still matter for now, as most of this AI magic is still in pilot mode, not full takeover mode. Will AI eventually replace all human coders? Downtown LA looked like the season finale of a dystopian drama, as protesters clashed with police outside the Edward R. Roble Federal Building over immigration raids. Per Reuters, one unlucky protester got cuffed, the crowd got louder, and the whole street turned into a high-stakes shouting match lit by floodlights and camera flashes. With tensions high and no end to the unrest in sight, it was a scene straight out of an action movie. Should federal agents have intervened in the protest? The anti-ICE protest erupted into chaos when police detained a single protester outside the Federal Detention Center, according to RT. With no end to the unrest in sight, tensions remain at a boiling point on the streets of LA. Should protesters have backed down after the arrest? In a stern warning, the FBI is vowing to pursue all leads and use every investigative tool against anyone who assaults federal officers during the LA protests. In a message attributed to FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino, he states, "We will be investigating and pursuing all available leads. We don't need to catch every single perp, we just need to catch you." The Bureau says it will not forget, even after protesters try to. Is the FBI's hardline stance justified? As tensions flared near the federal detention facility, dozens of National Guard troops in riot gear formed a tight wall, standing their ground against the protesters, according to Reuters footage. Should military force be used against U.S. citizens? A shallow 6.5 magnitude earthquake violently jolted central Colombia today, cracking roads and shaking towns. Reuters reports the unusually shallow 10 km depth amplified shockwaves, damaging infrastructure in rural zones like Santa Cecilia in Paradibueno, where emergency crews surveyed crumbled asphalt. Germany's GFZ Institute confirmed the quake's potent shallow depth as a key factor in its destructive impact. How can countries better prepare for shallow quakes? In an inflammatory statement, former President Trump has declared Los Angeles invaded and occupied by illegal aliens and criminals. He claims violent, insurrectionist mobs are attacking federal agents to stop deportations, vowing to liberate LA from the migrant invasion and expel the illegals. Trump is directing top officials to take all such action necessary to restore order, raising fears of escalating unrest. Is Trump's rhetoric inflaming or resolving the situation? Trump's deployment of the National Guard has lit a fire across California, with protests, rallies, and outrage over immigration raids sweeping cities like San Francisco. Per Reuters, crowds are heading to the ICE building chanting, "Stop the kidnappings," and "We keep us safe," while flyers dare the feds to test San Francisco's sanctuary city status. Even the Catholic Archdiocese of LA is helping spread protest info online as the unrest intensifies. Can sanctuary cities truly defy federal immigration law? Sure, rockets look awesome and spacewalks are straight out of sci-fi, But spaceships aren't just for flexing, they might be the only way we survive as a species. Earth faces threats like asteroids, climate chaos, and resource shortages that space tech can help us detect and potentially escape. Building ships to explore space also forces us to invent wild new tech like GPS, phone cameras, and solar panels. And if we figure out how to live on Mars, we'll get way better at sustainable living on Earth through closed-loop systems and water-saving tech. Plus, international space cooperation actually cools geopolitical tensions down here on Earth. No spaceships, no future, unless you're cool with letting humanity lose to a giant space rock. Is investing in space exploration a waste or essential? Trump has a new slogan for dealing with protesters in LA: "They spit, we hit." He claims protesters are spitting at cops and troops, vowing nobody's gonna spit on our police officers. Nobody's gonna spit on our military. With tensions already boiling over, Trump's inflammatory rhetoric could pour more fuel on the fire. Is Trump's language responsible or reckless? Doubling down on his hardline stance, Trump is threatening charges against any officials who stand in the way of law and order, amid the escalating unrest in Los Angeles. In a video statement, he warns bluntly, if officials stand in the way of law and order, yeah, they will face charges. From AI factories operating in total darkness to Trump threatening charges over protest crackdowns, this was a whirlwind of stories shaping our future. Which mind-blowing development will impact your life the most? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to get more hard-hitting news that'll leave your jaw on the floor. This is X News Now, where the future hits first.